Hi, my name is Heather Holtzhaus. I'm a student in Kelowna, BC. I'm 21 years old. I live with my fiance Isaiah and my uncle Blaine and the cat Mikey, who's adorable, and this big ball of Pudge. He's just so cute. I'm a university student at a private school for arts and technology. I'm majoring in audio engineering, which means I could be anywhere from a record producer or a mixer for the sound and effects for movies, etc. The possibilities are almost endless, so yeah, it's pretty sweet. I absolutely love the school I go to. It's really fun. I go to school year round for almost 2 years, and it's crazy. Like I I get like a week or two off in between quarters, which seriously is like 11 weeks. And I have like my midterms in week 6 and my final exams week 11, and it's nonstop projects and nonstop work. It's insane. And I'm also a working student, so I work on the days that I don't go to school. It's really hard. So what the hell am I doing here? What my plan is I'm going to lose weight. I sit on my butt all day at school, and I don't really have much energy in the day, and it's really horrible. And what I'm hoping to do with this is to make myself more energetic. Anyway, so why the heck am I doing this on YouTube? Your question answered. It's more an accountability thing. I quit really easily. I do. I quit at basically everything. And this is something I've wanted to do for a really long time. I will try and get back to you if you want me to. I'm technically clinically obese. I'm not that fat, I'm just saying, I have some problem areas. Everybody does, well, except for you lovely, gifted, skinny people. I've always carried around extra weight on my butt and my hips and my thighs, and every little place I'm kind of, carrying the extra weight, and I want to feel healthier. That's the whole thing. I want to feel healthier, and, if I can do it, sweet, maybe I can inspire some other people to do it too. So coming up, 3 months is beach weather. Maybe I could look good by then. That'd be sweet. I want to be healthy. I don't want to be tired all the time. One of the main reasons why I quit is because I have severe back problems. I have always had them since I was a kid. Fell down a staircase with a tricycle. I was like 2 or 3. My mom had to physically pick myself and the tricycle up and unmangle me from it. That's 17, 18, 19 years of extreme back pain, and sometimes it's to the point of where I'm crying. It's painful. I want to strengthen up my back so I don't have to have those problems. I've done a lot of research on nutrition, and I've discussed a lot of things with physiotherapists. It's going to be a work in progress, and if you're watching, bear with me. I know it's going to be a huge struggle for me, but I'm going to try and continue to eat right and do things properly. So I know a lot of people, totally me included, got sucked into the fat loss supplement thing, but they never really helped me out. And I did some research, and it's because people are not doing things properly. These things are supposed to be a supplement to help. You have to exercise, you have to eat properly, and these things will help you out because most of these supplements are built with antioxidants. But instead of spending $50 for tablets for a month or whatever, you could buy natural antioxidants like fresh berries, blueberries, raspberries, which will help you clean out your body. We're in the age of convenience. Convenience, fast food restaurants, takeout. It's actually really horrible. Today in the world, the average of people dying of obesity is higher than the people dying of starvation. People are eating themselves to death. If you're continuously eating trans fats and so much of this bad crap, we're not made to eat these things, these processed foods that we eat all the time. And, I'm a victim of it too. But what I noticed is if you shop in the grocery stores. You can go along the outside perimeter, right? And buy the one ingredient items. You will be so much healthier. You have your vegetables and your dairy and your meat. If you go into the center of the store, you're basically eating processed food-like substances. We started making our own bread because we had like this 100% whole wheat bread. This is after we took it out of the freezer and we put it on the counter. I don't remember what the circumstances were. We weren't eating bread for some reason. And it lasted for 2 weeks and until we finished it, right? And so it didn't even go moldy within 2 weeks. And we were thinking, oh my goodness, how many preservatives are in that? Should I be putting that into my body? So going back to the eating one ingredient items. You know, you have your chicken, you have your egg, you have your milk, you have lettuce, you know, those sorts of things. One ingredient. But you can combine those one ingredients to make something awesome and flavorful and tasty and oh so delicious. I'm such a nerd. Oh my god. So anyway, I was on this website, fasttracktofat-loss.com. Check it out. Really cool. It's run by Chad Thackett of Global Center Fitness, I believe, and Kim Lyons, who did, she was one of the trainers off of The Biggest Loser. And they're really, really cool and really nice and answer every questions. And Kim even goes on to like a weekly chat thing, and she'll like email you and like, hey, you know, if you have any questions, just ask. You can have the gold membership, which you pay and you get all access to everything, or you can have the silver membership where you can still look at exercises and still talk to everybody. Part of it was this meal guide. It shows like your ideal proteins and your acceptable proteins, and then like, you know, your good starchy carbs and your good fibrous carbs and your good simple carbs, and what you should be eating at what time of day, because certain things your body can process during certain times of the day and sometimes it can't. So yeah, I mean, I thought that was, you know, really interesting because I hadn't heard of that before. Eating starchy carbs at night is actually really bad for you because your body can't process the starchy carbs that late. So, you know, you want to have your starchy carbs and your simple carbs during the morning and the afternoon, and then have your fibrous carbs like your vegetables later on, and then have a protein at every meal. And I thought that was really interesting, and I read about having your protein at every meal. When you get the energy from the carbs, which actually are good for you, by the way. You know, just eat everything in moderation. You know, if you didn't have carbs, all you'd be eating was chicken. So the carbs give you energy, but the protein takes longer to break down, so it actually regulates it. Like your carb will release the energy really, really quickly, but your protein takes longer to digest, so it'll have more energy for longer. Say you eat just a potato and an apple or something. You'll have all sorts of energy right away, and you'll get going, and you're like, oh yeah, so much energy, and then you'll like crash after like 2 or 3 hours. But that's because you released all your energy right away, and now you have none, right? Which is when people start craving ice cream and all sorts of stuff like that, aside from the fact that it's extremely tasty. So what I'm going to be doing is every day I'm going to have just a small little video put up with a general overview of my day. I'm going to try and keep up on it. It's going to be hard because I'm going to be in school a lot. Once a week I will have, you know, a picture of myself before and after, and I will have like my measurements and the weight and everything, and see how I'm doing, you know. I don't have a fat caliper or whatever it's called, so I don't know what my body fat percentage is. But I know it's pretty big. I'm not exactly skinny, but, you know, I'm not exactly fat. But my fat isn't nicely distributed. It's all within one area, which really sucks. Constructive criticism is totally welcome. I have no problem with that. We won't see any results for a while, I'm pretty sure. It's gonna be a huge struggle for me.